Hello, this is Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown on PS4, and I'm going to be playing arcade mode on the highest difficulty level, which is sort of a silly thing to do for someone like me who isn't actually very good at the game, but there is a way you can sort of cheat. Sort of, sometimes. So we'll see if I can manage that. I'm also going to make a costume for the character I'm going to be playing, and that's Vanessa Lewis. First thing though, let's switch up our music. Most of this stuff requires the Legendary Pack DLC, and this music setting option does as well. I've been going upward through the Virtua Fighter games. You can pick soundtracks from the previous Virtua Fighter games. So now we're going to do VF4 Evo, which is the other Virtua Fighter game I'm playing frequently. So that I should feel right at home, right? Okay, so customize. Only about 10% of the items that were in the previous version of this, called Final Showdown, only about 10% of those are in Ultimate Showdown so far. They've said they're still working on adding in the others, so hopefully they'll be coming along sometime, at least some of them, in the not too distant future. But they have to rebuild them by hand, apparently, in the new engine that they put the game in the Yakuza engine. This is Sega doing this, of course. Okay, so yeah, and eventually there will be Type D and Type E as well. I think that's all. Maybe there was a sixth. I don't know. I can't remember a sixth. Oh, okay, so you can do this one. Oh wait, maybe not. All right, well, let's see. No, we're not going to be able to recreate her original VF4 costume, are we? There's no way they have that stuff in. You can't. You can in Final Showdown. You can recreate Vanessa's Virtua Fighter 4 costume, but those items are probably not here yet. So to tell what you can do with a costume type, you usually just go to shirts, and that gives you kind of a quick scan of what your basic options are. So we can change her bra color. And we cannot take this coat off, which is irritating. You could do that even in Virtua Fighter 5 Vanilla on PS3. Well, although you had to win a special item to do that. Okay, so I don't like the camouflage look. Just not really my thing. Okay, so what else do we got? The jumpsuit. Vanessa's costumes, her default costumes are kind of lame. They just give her these big bulky things, and then you get this sort of, I don't know, cheesecake. Let's just undo all the buttons. Look, I don't know, it's all weird. I like that color. Also, her skin is bleached out versus her original. There's no skin tone adjustments in the customization items, among the customization items yet, so I can't darken her skin back up. Although people have complained that there is a darker skin tone for her in Final Showdown, but it's it's like she's wearing a sunscreen or something. You know, it's kind of shiny and reflective, or oily or something. I don't know. Well, so that's the jumpsuit. Guess we'll be going with the combat suit, because at least that looks like something. At least it's not super bulky looking. And it does not have too much camouflage patterning on it. Although I guess we could put some on there. Oh yeah. Huh. That green, you know, it's camouflage, but it's a nice green. I don't know. This gray is way too bright, actually. crazy suspenders. Well, not super tempting options for Vanessa so far, costume-wise. Can I take this darn belt thing off? I guess I can do that. Oh, but I have to give her a weird color. Oh no. So they give me a pink top, but they don't have any kind of color match for it. This was a problem in Final Showdown. And the colors were... the surface rendering was worse in Final Showdown, so things are a bit better with these remade items. There just aren't enough of them yet. I kind of like these pants for some reason. They're a little baggy. All the pants they give to women are, even Sarah's jeans. I don't know what I'm doing here. Kind of zippy. Yikes. It's just too bad she doesn't have pink pants. I mean, come on. Anything close to pink pants. I mean, that's kind of an interesting disaster. Wishing it would not reset the zoom. Hey. And Vanessa's face, they redid all the faces. They kind of redesigned the faces. And Vanessa's is maybe the roughest new take. Oh, there it is down on her boot. Not my favorite change that they made. Oh, no. I'm good at this. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe I want to just do this. There we go. How about that? It's too bad there's no black belt. Hey, did they fix the boots? Well, maybe it wasn't these boots. There are a lot of shoes in the in Final Showdown where the heels are clipping through the floor, or they're not touching, or something is weird. I think they're gonna fix that stuff. It's weird. Yeah, let's just paste a big item onto her bag. There we go. Now I'm streaming. All right. What do we got? Oop. I'm editing on an arcade with an arcade stick here, and I keep getting buttons backwards and so forth. Some of these glasses are okay. Some. Whoa. I mean, these are all taken generally more or less recreated quite faithfully from the Final Showdown versions, and some of the glasses in Final Showdown were a little weird in terms of their lenses and so forth. Those are cute. Probably not a good idea to fight in them, but you know, kind of have some kind of style, I guess. And these are weird looking, but well, it's going to come down to what looks good with the hair, I suppose. Okay. Oh yeah. Just a shorter version of her default mullet. Shorter in the back. Mostly. Is there no black? There's no black. Dang. They do add more colors to these hairdos eventually. And, well, Final Showdown has more colors and also just more hairstyle. A lot more hairstyles, although most of them are bad. I like the bangs on this one. I don't really like the ponytail. And this one, the long trailing hair just doesn't, the hair physics they use don't really do it well. Also, the bangs are weird. Well, can't believe she doesn't have black. They're recreating the items they said in the order in which they were added to the game, and I think they meant to the original arcade game. So these might be the items that were there when Virtua Fighter 5 launched in the arcade. I'm not sure about that. If so, though, it's pretty weird they didn't have a black color, or that showed up in the first customization back whenever that happened. Oh, I do that. I'm so indecisive. Well, I feel the need for some color in my suit here, so maybe we'll go with that. Her eyes are a little intimidating. Yeah. Maybe that's good though. All right, well let's go with this. Okay, go all the way down to here. Yeah, wait. Oh. Okay. Okay. So, actually, there are a couple other costumes I want to take a look at. These were costumes that first came along in Virtua Fighter 4, where Vanessa first appeared. Will I hit square? These also come with the Legendary Pack DLC, these Virtua Fighter 1 style costumes. So they're imagining what Vanessa might have looked like if she had existed in Virtua Fighter 1. So
you know what you're getting yourself into.
This version is more bleached out than the VF1 version in Virtua Fighter 4, where her normal skin tone is darker. See, that's her original VF4 costume, actually. You know, a sports top, bikini style sports top, and the half thigh length shorts. Well, or what do you call tight? I don't know, skin tight shorts, whatever. But they decided that costume was too sexy. All the boys liked Vanessa too much. So they replaced this costume with just some kind of bulky camo army stuff, which was already like her other costume anyway. So in Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, she's got two baggy, militaristic looking costumes. It's pretty unfortunate. But once we get the customization items, we'll be able to recreate this costume. And I actually have a video on recreating it in Final Showdown, which I remember I'll put a link to in the description here. A bunch of people already found it.
Round one. Ready, go!
Alright, I'm just so this other VF1 costume is probably an interpretation of her secondary Virtua Fighter 4 costume. which is the baggy military look, or whatever it is.
I'll show you what combat's all about.
All those pouches take a lot of polygons. Oh man. So this is Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution music that I set it to, and Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution does not have the best music in a lot of the stages. This costume actually looks pretty good polygonally. It's sharper, at least. It's less baggy. I think the flat surfaces help it. Alright, well, we're gonna go back to my weird custom costume and try this for realsies. So very hard is the hardest difficulty. Normally I would not stand a chance if the AI was actually very hard, because I don't know what I'm doing playing this game. I barely know anything with Vanessa. Uh-oh. Wow. Took its time there, didn't it? So... Broken house. However, well, there are two things. So the AI is just really, I don't know, soft for the first 3 stages. So it's barely even going to put up token resistance in the first 3 stages, and then even on stages 4 through 6 or whatever. Well, I guess we can count 7, the bonus stage. It's still got a vulnerability where it does not defend very well. And I think maybe they just didn't beef up the defense between 5 Vanilla and Final Showdown, while they gave all the characters way more offensive options. So maybe that's why it doesn't defend well, I don't know. But the key is to just kind of find, at least for my cheesy method of actually beating it without having any particular skill, is to just find whatever attack you can mash repeatedly to take it out that it just can't block. So maybe so Vanessa, the basic deal with Vanessa is that she has 2 styles, and you switch between her styles, which I think are just called offensive style and defensive style. Defensive is her default stance. You switch between those by hitting all 3 buttons, guard, punch, and kick at once, and you can do that right before the round starts while the opponents are facing off right here, so you can switch back and forth by hitting all 3 buttons. When she's crouched over more, she's in offensive stance. It's a little harder to see in this game than it was originally. Her stances used to be much different, but that was also because she used to have Muay Thai. One of her styles was originally Muay Thai in Virtua Fighter 4 Vanilla. She had Muay Thai, and then her second style, which is Valetudo, or Valetudo. I forget how Brazilians actually say that. But then they decided, I guess, to give Muay Thai to a new fighter in Evolution, Brad Burns, who is a Muay Thai fighter. So then they decided, well, we can't have 2 Muay Thai fighters, so they took Muay Thai away from Vanessa. Just brainwashed her so she couldn't remember Muay Thai anymore. So now both her styles are Valetudo, but one is offensive and one is defensive. So anyway, she really got hosed. She's also just kind of broken in Virtua Fighter 4 Vanilla. She's super strong, at least as the AI plays her, she's strong. And in fact, one of her moves, she still has this move, but they fixed it. and I'll show it to you as soon as I get control here. It's I don't know what the actual name is, but it's her spin kick. You just push guard plus kick. Wait a second. I've forgotten what it is. Oh, that's not... Hey, well, it's probably here somewhere. It used to be just guard plus kick, I think. Oh, I'm in the wrong style. Wait, my style switched again. There we go. So you have to be an offensive style now for spin kick. The AI could get out of that by crouching. My leg would just go right over their head, and then they could do all... See, like there. In Virtua Fighter 4 Vanilla, crouching did not avoid the spin kick. And the AI just couldn't stop it. They would either get hit or get pushed back. And so you just keep doing it. You just keep hammering it on them, and they just couldn't do anything because the pushback was so fierce. So you'd either ring them out or just kill them or just kind of bounce them off the wall and then hit them with something else while they were off balance. It was kind of ridiculous. I'm not really good with her offensive style. I think when I've played her, which has not been often in Final Showdown. Well, oh, and I was playing her a fair amount in Virtua Fighter 5 Vanilla's quest mode. I was usually just sticking to her defensive style. Her offensive style has some weird... Like, she doesn't really go forward. I don't like attack animations where the fighter kind of goes forward and back, and she's kind of doing a little of that here. It's very weird to me. Also, I do have a hard time telling what stance she's in a lot of the time. And sometimes I'll accidentally hit the stance change, and then I'll get super confused. I don't really like the way offensive style moves. Let me go back to defensive. I think I switched. Yeah, I did. Well, okay, so in the midst of all that, I got beat.
This can't be happening.
She took that pretty weirdly. Kind of like her brain seized up for a while there, and she was just moving and kind of jerking her head around. She just didn't know what to do with herself. She never lost before. Well, I'm sorry, Vanessa. When you're playing with me, you lose a lot. That's just the way it's gonna be. It's okay though. We'll get through eventually, I think. We've gotten through with everybody else I tried. Some of them, there was a lot of crying and yelling and dying for a long time. We're only on stage 3. It's not supposed to be hard until stage 4, so let's get a grip. Get a grip here. Whoop. That is her, I think that's called Army Combination Throw. I did a half circle forward motion before hitting guard plus punch, which is the throw button input.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Wait a second, I forgot something. So I think she also has... Get to the throws, man. Wait, does she have... She doesn't have ground throws. Or maybe they put them here anyway. Okay, she does have throws on crouching characters. I figured she did. Oh, right, there's the whole takedown thing. Well, wait, I'm not an offensive, so maybe I don't have to worry. I forget what arm mold is. I can't do reversals, so I just ignore a lot of this because I'm a chump. Fortunately, the AI is not very good at defending. It is decent at offense on stage 3, I guess. Well, my problem with Kage is like this crazy ninja Swiss Army knife. I don't understand. I don't understand ninjutsu. Oh. It's a good evasion he did. Whoop.
Knockout.
I didn't know what to do.
Round 4. Ready, go.
I mean, I just don't know what her moves are. Down forward kick. That's pretty good.
Knockout.
That was down forward punch and then some kicks, I think.
Wow, it was ridiculous.
It's gonna get even more ridiculous. Oh no, so this is where it actually gets significantly harder. Stage 4, and Eileen, I hate. So this is gonna be horrible. This is maybe the worst that we face. Because I really can't stand fighting Eileen, and she's actually fighting pretty well. She also actually defends pretty well in effect because she moves around so darn much. She's just so fast. Wow, I had all data combo. Oh, it's because Eileen's so light. She just drifts. Oh, you. Oh no. Oh, she's too short. Hey. Oh man, this is gonna be a while. I went through this nightmare last time with who was I playing last time? Was it Wolf? Okay, so down forward kick did pretty well for a bit there.
Round 4. Ready, go.
Yeah, Vanessa's probably pretty warm right now in this suit. Yo. I can sympathize. It was 106 or something here today. Eastern Washington. Kind of ridiculous. I did not have to go outside in the afternoon, which was very nice. And my apartment is a basement apartment. It's only about half underground, but it keeps pretty cool. It only got up to about 80 in here. My PS4 is probably putting out a lot of heat right now, though. The fan is really cooking. Hey, that wasn't so bad at all. I just down punch, down forward punch, and down forward kick for the most part.
Wow, it was ridiculous.
That was ridiculously easy. Compared to what I went through with, I think it was Wolf. It was a nightmare. OMG mirror match. So I guess this is where Vanessa lives, in this weird octagon. Oh. Oh. Gosh dang it. Hey, I hit block. What the heck?
Round 2. Ready, go.
Oh. I can't throw. I accidentally did a crouch throw in there. I'm not used to the crouch throw system in this game. And previous to Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, and I've been playing mostly old Virtua Fighters. So even in Virtua Fighter 5 Vanilla, to throw a crouching character, you had to hit all 3 buttons. Not just punch and guard, which is the usual throw input. You had to hit all 3 buttons. They changed it for Final Showdown, or by the time we get to Final Showdown, so you just hit the 2 buttons, but you press in a down diagonal direction, or maybe just also down, straight down. which is fine and all, but it does mean that you can accidentally do, if you get the wrong stick input, you can accidentally do a crouch throw when you meant to do a standing throw. And I seem to be pretty lazy with letting my stick drift into a down forward diagonal position. I mean to do a forward throw. Dang it, this is, that was not great.
Sure thing.
Never been a huge fan of Vanessa's voice in
I'll show you what combat's all
5.
about.
Round 1. Ready,
Her
go!
snap when she changes stance. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no. Now we... I'm not fighting Owie. Owie's a character in Virtua Fighter.
Knockout!
Bonk. So, a good old down forward kick. Down forward kick is a really useful move with most characters. Just a good, pretty fast, good range attack, mid attack. So it'll hit crouching characters. They cannot block mid attacks when they're crouching.
Knockout!
So that was kind of just spamming the AI with attacks, and it just, it wasn't even trying to defend. Oh, high kick gets me. Shoot. Uh-oh.
Round 4.
Not really good choices there. Now she is evading down forward kick pretty well.
Knockout!
It's a linear attack, so it can be evaded. I did a high sweep kick there, somewhere in the midst there, which is a spinning attack which cannot be evaded, and I hit her with it. Maybe that made her think a little twice about evading. Standing high sweeps are still something I'm learning. I've had to start doing some of them in Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution's quest mode that I'm playing through now with Jackie. And I've gotten to, I think, the last virtual arcade, and the opponents are pretty tough, and they're really good at evading. Oh, John. No, he just doesn't stop attacking. So he kind of... Probably the character I was able to employ this cheap strategy with the best so far was Jean, because he's just Mr. Attack Spam all the time anyway. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with that myself, because the very hard AI certainly cannot.
Knockout!
Oh man, this Evo music.
Ready, go!
Put that wailing guitar in there. Oh. I did not mean to do that. I wanted to do my high sweep. Oh, why? That's not a good time to do a high sweep. Genius. He did not choose to stop attacking. He did not stop.
Round 4. Ready, go!
But I don't know what his stuff does either. It's cool animation, man.
Knockout!
Ay. Yeah, I'm just getting pounded. This is what I did to the AI with Sean, so, I can't get mad at it. It's executing the correct strategy for the world in which it lives. He finally evaded. Oh, that was a back throw. So I tried a standing throw on him, and he escaped it. Throw escapes in this game, well, they work in such a way that you can basically just hold the throw buttons. You can press guard and then press punch, so then you're holding the throw buttons, and then you also hold a direction if you want. And so then you've basically chosen a throw input to automatically escape if the opponent tries that input on you. So most good players, while guarding, will just be holding guard, punch, and forward. So that if you try to do your forward throw on them, and in most cases, most characters' best throw is a forward throw. A half circle forward motion is a forward throw because its last input is forward. So if they're holding guard plus kick or guard plus punch plus forward, they will automatically escape a forward throw and a half circle forward throw. It's not a timing thing at all. It's just any forward throw anybody would try to do on them at that point, they would just automatically escape. So he escaped a forward throw, so then I tried a back throw, and he did not escape the back throw. I don't really like this throw escape system. I don't know if they've ever had a better one particularly. The one in Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution is insane. You actually have to buffer your throw escape motions in a split second before you guard. So that's not great. Oh, sheesh, I don't know what to do. He's just clunking away at me. Accidentally fuzzy guarded. See, he escaped my half circle forward throw. He escaped. There's a back throw. He escaped that. I guess you could say he learned that pattern from me earlier. Well, I should stop. I mean, I need to pay more attention, obviously.
Round one. Ready, go!
God. I don't understand what that does. Does that break my guard? It doesn't indicate that it broke my guard, although I don't know how it would, I guess. It doesn't make a sound effect like some guard breaky type things make. I don't know what attacks I'm doing. I don't know what attack to spam. I don't know what attacks to do. That jump kick is not anything. Oh, he has a deflection, and then he goes into that weird delay thing. I went into the offensive style accidentally. Sheesh. Oh, I tried to. That's.
Ready, go!
Why am I doing my high sweeps when he's crouching specifically? That's a bad idea. I don't know when a good time to throw him is. Sheesh. That was weird. Oh, he went for a throw at me for some reason. Well, I don't hold throw escapes, so I am pretty throwable, but that was not a time to throw me out. Oh, that was weird. See, Jean is only in Final Showdown and Ultimate Showdown, and I have not been playing these games, so I don't know how to fight Jean. Oh, God. What was that counterattack?
Sure thing.
How do I... How do I get all the way to the 5th set, or the 5th round, and then just do nothing? Oh, that's so painful looking. Jeez, what is he doing? That was fortunate. So yeah, I just don't understand enough of Jean's moveset to actually know what to hit him with, or even try to hit him with. Oh, okay, now he's just gonna tech all my throws because he's just guessing right every time. It's a guessing game, and it's just stupid. It's a stupid throw escape system. Players, the hardcore players seem okay with it. I'm not sure what the throw escape system in 5 Vanilla was, but I've heard what sounded like people saying it was incredibly bad. So maybe after that anything was good. I don't know. Throws were definitely kind of broken in quest mode. The AI in 5 Vanilla could not defend against throws. It was strange. So maybe the throw escape system in 5 is so bad that the AI just wasn't even able to do it. It could escape throws sometimes, but it didn't get any better at it. You know, from the lowest rank to the highest rank, it was no better at escaping throws. So, but it did get way better at blocking punches and kicks. So by the end, it's blocking your punches and kicks, so you just throw it every time. And so quest mode in 5 is unfortunately not very fun once you get up to sufficiently high level, because you realize the only thing that makes sense to do is to throw, because it works all the time. Oh, jeez. So Akira is actually fairly manageable sometimes. He's always in the last stage, but he just kind of comes at you with his big stompy attacks. It's when he starts throwing and doing tricky stuff that he gets really dangerous. Oh, see, that was a guard break. It made that little slappy sound. Oh, so now he's doing his tricky stuff, and that's trouble. I don't really know what to do when he starts doing that. Oh, he's just going to do that every time? Wow. I have not met Akira yet who's been, when he's been that dedicated to guard breaks. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just have to be patient. Ah, I can't even hit my ground attack. Hey. Should be doing a better throw. Basically her army combination, or half circle forward. Oh, except he's going to fuzzy guard, and then he's going to do a guard break. And then I'm beat up pretty good. Okay, so I'm not going to try to throw. Actually, that's right. When I played Wolf, who was the previous character I played through with, Wolf was really distressing because I think not only did I have that huge problem against Eileen, I think that was Wolf, but I definitely had trouble against Akira because Akira escaped just about every single one of my throws as Wolf. It was ridiculous. He was escaping no matter whether I did forward or back throws. See, so there's seemingly no point in doing throws on, or trying to do throws on this Akira. Because he apparently can just guess right every single time. So, down forward kick. So that was not too shabby at all. Well, good. Oh well, there's still Dural. So I actually beat... No, wait. No, it wasn't Wolf. It was... Wolf is not who I played last time. It was... How could I have forgotten already? It was Pi-chan. I think it was definitely Pi that I had a huge problem beating Eileen with. Until I eventually did find an attack to spam, but I think it was still kind of hard. I'm not very good with Pi at all. She's too subtle. I love the metal slappy sound. Hey, so with Pi though, actually Pi had an easy time against Akira. I think I might have had to continue once against Akira. And then I beat Dural, so you cannot continue against Dural because technically this is a bonus stage. As you see in the lower right corner. So you only get one chance against Dural. And I had not beat her until I beat her with Pi. Well, this is Josh. A good combo. Well, probably not much point in trying to throw her. I probably should have been doing more down forward kick the whole time.
Ready, go!
So of course she just does attacks from every character. Oh my gosh, well. I won't get the bonus.
Knockout.
I don't think there is. There's no score, so I don't know what the bonus is. Just well, you do get a trophy. I'm not sure you get it more than once though, so maybe there really is nothing for me to win in beating Dural. Oh well, I won one round. And the trouble, I think, maybe with this stupid strategy against Dural is that she, kind of like with my problem with Jean, I just don't know her moves because Dural is constantly using moves from supposedly all of the other characters. So, you know, I don't know what she's going to do. I don't know what to spam her with. So that is trouble for this stupid strategy. And it's not, I don't know. I don't know what my idea was, really. I guess I just wanted to play through arcade mode, and I know that the AI has this defensive problem. And I don't know the characters well enough to actually play them well yet, so I figured, well, I guess I'll just, you know, have to try to beat the... I don't know why I'm playing on... Well, I mean, once you know that the AI has a defensive weakness, it's like I can either try to pretend it doesn't, or I can just, you know, take what the game gives me. And I've not been able to pretend that I don't know. So I just set it on very hard and try to cheese my way through. But that went surprisingly well, actually kind of shockingly well. I really didn't think I would be able to generate the offense necessary to crack the AI's defensive weakness. But it was really just a lot of kind of down forward stuff in defensive mode. And I'd forgotten that I didn't like her offensive mode animation style, where she's sort of moving forward and back and not really going. It's that kind of thing just frustrates me. I can't stand that. But yeah, just her default defensive style and down forward moves. So this is good. So I can't remember. Well, the other two characters so far that have passed my little stupid test here of cheesing through arcade mode. I mean, I got through with everybody I tried it with, but it was a pretty horrendous process with some of them. But the ones who made it through pretty cleanly were, up to this point, it was only Sarah and Jean. I mean, Sarah's got her flamingo kicks and all that stuff, and I probably played her more than anybody in Final Showdown. I was just making costumes with her and then kind of putting on the new costume and giving it a little run through in special sparring mode in Final Showdown. So I'm sort of familiar with Sarah, but I hadn't played Final Showdown in a year or 6 months or something until this game came out. But I never played Final Showdown until the very end on anything above like medium or whatever the one above medium was, hard difficulty. Mostly I was just playing with Sarah's costumes. But anyway, I am a little familiar with Sarah, I guess. So I got through with Sarah, okay. I got through with Jean because Jean's just this offensive machine who is, basically the kryptonite for this weak AI defense. And now I've gotten through with Vanessa, and that went shockingly well. So I think, so far, basically the characters I have who I will continue to play here in Ultimate Showdown are Sarah and Jean, and now Vanessa. There's one more who I still have to try, and I'm holding off on, and that's Jackie, because I'm currently playing through quest mode with Jackie in Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, and I don't want to confuse myself, but actually this Jackie is so different than Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution Jackie that I probably wouldn't get too confused. I don't know. So he could possibly be one I would be able to handle in Ultimate Showdown. The characters that I just didn't feel very useful with, and sort of that played out as I ran into serious problems trying to get through arcade mode on very hard with my stupid non-strategy, were Pi. I did well against Akira and Dural, shockingly well, but I had huge trouble before then. Pi is just too subtle for my stupid brain to handle. You have to be good at her combos. I'm terrible at combos. You probably want to be able to do counter moves. She has counter moves on her punch plus kick buttons. And what's the other thing? She's got ground throws. Or not ground throws, crouch throws. And that's all stuff that I'm not good at. I did not try with Lao. I don't know. Not really a huge fan of Lao anyway, so I just... And in this game, this is the worst Lao, because he's all gross and he coughs into his hand, and once we get all the customization items, you'll be able to make him look at least not on death's doorstep. So that's an improvement. So maybe once those customization items come along, I'll be a little more interested in trying him out. Wolf, I did well with, actually, up until Akira. Well, not well, but I did okay with up until Akira. And then I could not throw Akira. And even though I hadn't really been relying on throws all that much, it was just depressing just to have Akira just unerringly guessing correctly, quote unquote guessing, to escape my throw every time. It was just ridiculous. I don't want to go through that anymore, so I did beat him fairly handily once I switched to strikes, but it's just, I just object to the whole basis of that. Like, he should not be able to escape throws like that. It's stupid, and I don't like having to switch my play style just because Akira can supernaturally escape throws. So I don't think I'll play a whole lot of Wolf. I did not try Jeffrey. I don't know. Jeffrey, in Final Showdown, I played him a bunch in Virtua Fighter 5's quest mode. He's kind of fun. In 5, he is much more complicated. They gave him way more attacks, but there's also these little subtle things to do to kind of make them work, and I'm not really sure I want to try to master that. Kage's too, he's a Swiss Army knife. He's crazy, and I don't understand it. Shundi is tricky. Leon I don't like. He is also difficult. He feels really easy at first, but then I ran into a brick wall with him. I just felt like I didn't know what to do because his other stuff, I think, relies on very, very ticky, annoying combos that I certainly hate getting hit with, and I don't know, I have no interest in trying to learn. Alvi is very subtle character. Lots of counters, combination throws, I think. Anyway, I can't handle her. Leifei is all about stances. I don't like stances. So Vanessa, just in defensive mode, they can handle. Brad, I had some trouble with. I tried playing him here in arcade mode, and I didn't do that well. I just don't, it's funny, I don't really have a handle on what to do with Brad. It sounds silly because he's just a big, well, he has Muay Thai. I liked Muay Thai with Vanessa in VF4, but Brad's version of it is a little different, of course, and I just don't know what to do with him. I just don't handle it well. I don't like all his ducking and swaying thing that he does. I tried Go, and I did not do very well with Go. I don't really like his sort of spasmodic movement style here in Final Showdown / Ultimate Showdown. In 5 Vanilla, he was just more traditional stance, and he was, he didn't look like he was going to fall over all the time. So I don't know. I was never very good with him in 5 Vanilla, but I just threw a lot. Well, anyway, so I didn't do well with him. Eileen, I am not a big fan of. Elblaze, I can't really handle. I don't know. Taka is actually kind of complicated. It's not one of the most complicated, but it's enough that makes my dumb head hurt. So, yeah, so basically I will be concentrating on Sarah and Jean and Vanessa and possibly Jackie, but putting off Jackie until I finish, at least until I get through the last big tournament or whatever it is in Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution's quest mode with him. So there you go. I guess that's it. Just realized this music is really loud. Oh, this music's loud too. I just want the music to stop. Well. Guess I go into. Oh, this music kind of loud too. Well, who cares? This is not that loud. So, let's see. This was my. What day is today? Tuesday night. Wednesday, tomorrow, I will be playing Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution Quest Mode with Jackie. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to polish that off. Could be quite a while because I think the last tournament is going to be really hard. So maybe forever, who knows? That's my Wednesday night. Thursday night, I will be back here in Ultimate Showdown. I guess I'll probably be playing around with either Sarah or Jean. Maybe both, I don't know. Probably Sarah. I seem to enjoy making costumes for Sarah. I mean, I already made 3 for her in one go. But I have had some more ideas watching people streaming and seeing some more Sarahs, even though there aren't very many items right now. That's my Thursday. Friday, I will be playing King of Fighters 2000 on my Neo Geo MVS. Saturday, I'll be playing Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection on PS3. Sunday, more Evolution Quest Mode with Jackie, if I have not completed it, which I probably will not have done by then. Next Monday is my wildcard day. Don't know what I'll be playing. Possibly doing some more Guilty Gear X. I've done a lot of that recently because Strive had it on my mind. The newly released Guilty Gear Strive. But there's other games I want to play. In fact, specifically some Capcom games like Capcom vs. SNK Pro or something. So maybe doing that on Monday. And then next Tuesday will be more of this Ultimate Showdown as well. So that's my coming schedule. Right, this is Tuesday. Okay, good. I know what day of the week it is. So thanks for watching this this Vanessa Lewis. What am I doing? Vanessa Lewis session. Whoops. I guess this costume's alright. I mean, it's kind of interesting with the limited item selection. I find myself exploring costume types and just looks that I would not have tried in Final Showdown because there's much flashier stuff available. Also, the hair, the surface rendering on a lot of the items it's better. Some of the surfaces in Final Showdown of the items were just messed up. They lost some surface properties going from between 5 and Final Showdown. They like reduced the number of shaders or something that you would see in an actual match. Like some of the hairstyles would be shiny in the editor, and then you would get into a match and the shine was gone. It was just flat, dull hair. That was always depressing. But Ultimate Showdown does not have that problem. I think they needed to take some of the shaders out that had been in VF5 Vanilla because they added in a bunch of busier, effects-heavy customization items that players were piling on in the arcade in Japan. All these like laser things, and you could get weird flames popping off your head and all kinds of stuff. So that's my pet theory. They also made the stages. They took effects out of the stages and made the stages smaller in a lot of cases. Yeah, I guess I'm okay with this little costume here. And Vanessa's face was not bothering me tremendously. It does, like if I take the glasses off, then just those staring eyes and this big brow, I don't know, it's not my favorite look for her. Like, she looks pretty good in, Virtua Fighter 4. She looks okay. I mean, granted, in Final Showdown and 5, she's just got kind of a generic pretty girl face in certain respects. But now she's got this kind of craggy, very sort of rough brow and cheekbones, pronounced cheekbones. I don't know. It's not, anyway, the glasses help. They kind of hide those big brows. You're just like, oh, cute pink. You don't see the craggy brows behind it. So that helps a lot. well, that's all I got for Vanessa. I will be playing more Vanessa though, because I somehow got through the very hard arcade mode pretty handily with her. Like, I beat Eileen like really fast. I mean, that took forever with Pi. It was a nightmare. Oh, I think in the end, once I found the correct attack to spam, it was okay. But I mean, I wasn't even to the point where I was thinking consciously about what I was doing, and I'd beaten her with Vanessa. So there you go. So go Vanessa, you're still awesome, and I heart you. I look forward to making more costumes with her once she gets more of her customization items. I had some costumes I was pretty happy with her in Final Showdown. Oh, that's right. I'll have to remember to at least put a link to the my Final Showdown video where I recreated her original Virtua Fighter 4 costume. Gotta put that in the description. And I guess that's it. Hopefully I'll remember that. If you don't see that in the description, leave me a comment to remind me, and I'll get it in there. So yeah, that's it for now though. I'm not sure when we'll see more of those items. I'm not sure if a lot of people were saying, oh, they're gonna charge us more for, you know, the next 10% of items or something. I don't think they're gonna do that. They're gonna want to get those items into the game for their main audience, which is the hardcore former arcade players in Japan, because right now those guys and gals don't have their signature looks that they had spent, you know, years living in the arcades in Japan. They cannot recreate those costumes they had right now. So I know Sega wants to get those items all remade and in the game. I kind of thought, wait, how long has it been? Oh, it's only been a month. Yeah, because the game was free for a month. So it's only been a month. So I will be a little disappointed if the items, if we don't have at least twice as many items in by the end of another month, by the end of July. I think that's a reasonable time frame to think that we should at least get another drop of items. Possibly not all of them. I mean, maybe they're holding out until they have them all the remaining items done, so they just, you know, it's all one go, and you're not wondering, okay, now I can recreate, you know, half of my former costume or something instead of 10% of it. But when am I going to, you know, maybe they're just going to try to get them all in one shot. I don't know. Maybe they'll let us know once they get an idea of how much longer it'll be, because I don't think they've announced any kind of release schedule for the items yet, the remaining items. Yeah, but anyway, there should be more goodies to come, and they've even said that they want to make some new items, brand new items. They've also said that they got a bigger response to the game than they expected, and I think they meant specifically in Japan. So that sounds positive. We'll see how it goes once they actually start doing what they made it to do, which is to run tournaments. And I don't think they've really done a big official tournament yet. I think they're probably working on some tweaks to the online, at least to how some of the mechanics work, not necessarily changing the netcode or something. I know everybody would here in the West would like them to change the netcode. I don't think that's going to happen. Because it works fine in Japan, apparently. Yeah. Well, I should stop babbling. I don't know anything about the netcode because I have not played online, and I don't plan to. My main excuse is that I am on Wi-Fi only internet here in my apartment building, but probably the real reason is that I'm just a big wimp who just likes to fight the AI and find stupid ways to beat AI. So that's what you can expect here. I will be playing with Vanessa. I will be playing with Sarah. I will be playing with Jean. I may very well end up playing with Jackie. Although I was thinking about this earlier when this came, when I sort of touched on this earlier. I did not really like Jackie in Final Showdown. When I tried him in Final Showdown, I played him a bit, and I eventually found that I just didn't like the way his offense flows in Final Showdown. It kind of, I have a hard time trying to describe it, but it's like you sort of, you do an opening attack, and then from there, he will sort of go down this path of certain moves he can do from that initial move. But, which sounds cool and all, but I felt like I would get stuck in a given path, and I couldn't sort of freestyle my way to doing something else. I couldn't, until I'd sort of completed that path or something. So it sounds, that's a stupid way of describing. Basically, I just felt like I got too stuck in I don't know, I'm not thinking of the right word. I didn't feel like it was flexible enough. Like I couldn't go from one thing I wanted to do to another necessarily, unless the game was specifically set up, his style was specifically set up to allow those two attacks to go together. I don't know, it was weird. I'll give him another try at least, but I don't know. I mean, I do like him. He feels really good in Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. That's the best Jackie I've ever played, just feel-wise. So it's going to be tough for Final Showdown to tempt me with Jackie, with the different style of Jackie they have here. But we'll see. So, yeah, Jackie does have some fun costume stuff he can do, at least with the Final Showdown, all the items in the Final Showdown. So maybe once those come along again, I will be a little more tempted to play him, but we'll see. I have not tried him yet. I will be doing that on Thursday in 2 days. Wait, no, what am I saying? No, I won't be doing Jackie until, well, I might. Okay, I might. I mean, he's so different in Final Showdown / Ultimate Showdown that I probably don't have to worry about confusing myself with his Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution version. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do some Jackie on Thursday. Maybe I'll do some Sarah. It'll probably be one of the Bryants anyway. So I guess I can say that much. Anyhow, Vanessa will make her return for me with my not really knowing how to play her very well, Vanessa, but I had a lot of fun just sort of clunking my way through in her defensive style, and I look forward to maybe eventually learning a little more. I mean, I did her, what's it called? Command training in Final Showdown at some point. I'll have to do it again at some point, I suppose. Anyway, for now, I am going to go. So, see you later. Thanks for watching this, and have a good night.